I have invested $75,000 into my business. Tiffany Bear C means everything to me. It's my heart and soul. I can't see myself doing anything else other than getting people's attention through laughter and good food. My ultimate goal is to have a fleet of food trucks and ride around and get it. And something interesting about me is my ambition to strive for my dreams while motivating others and staying focused in the process. Here's my Tiffany Henyard prediction on the 26th of February. The world will wake up and find out that Tiffany Henyard is no longer the mayor of Dolton. The election is on the 25th of February. She's going to lose. That the series finale of the Tiffany Henyard show is fast approaching. Now that a Thornton election, she's already lost. That because she can't be anything more than a writing candidate. So this is going to be the end of her political career is fast approaching. At the special afternoon meeting, trustees voted to fire 2 township employees who were placed on administrative leave last week, one of them Supervisor Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend with Henyard, and now trustees Chris Gonzalez, Carmen Carlisle, and Stephanie Weedman met in the Thornton Township boardroom separate from members of the public who watched the meeting via live stream in another room. That measure in response to last week's brawl in which Henyard herself was seen racing into the melee. For today it's fine, let's let everyone calm down. Henyard's boyfriend Kamal Woods was in the middle of the dust-up, and at the meeting trustees voted to fire him from his township position, leading an at-risk youth program in part. Because of his involvement in the fight, we have to be mindful of how we speak to each other. And I think as an employee you have to be extra mindful. But trustees say Woods, who declined to comment on his firing, was already under scrutiny. Last week the board voted to hire an independent auditor to probe his work, and that of another employee also fired at the meeting. Were they doing any real work for the township? Well, that's one of the things we're definitely looking into. We'll see if the FBI ever does. Under Trump, I think that once they get a new U.S. attorney up there in the Northern District of Illinois, then we could see some action on this. There is an investigation going on. We do have Keith Freeman under federal charges. Nothing's been done with that. We haven't heard anything about what's going on with former Dolton Police Chief Louis Lacey and his federal charges. So I'm thinking that they're holding that for the Tiffany Henyard trial. And maybe we will see a lot of action on that after the election. Maybe the feds just don't want to be involved prior to the election. We shall see. But in the meantime, look, things have continued to fall apart for Tiffany. She's had her ace boon. __. A LED baby Leotis, her boyfriend Kamal Woods, he has been fired for participating in a fight in a Thornton Township meeting. So that is not something that should be tolerated. They fired another one of her little henchmen as well. We'll get to it in a minute. But she's lost everything at this point. She's about to lose the income, which was bordering on $300,000. Andrew Holmes, he's a non-factor. Who else with Lacey and Freeman? I talked about them earlier. They're out of Cooking with Frank, a channel you definitely should check out. Calls him one of the trustees. Stan Brown calls him Blue Black Brown. He's on Blue Black Brown. Stan Brown is on Stan Brown's side. Okay, he's just doing whatever the hell he thinks is in his own best interest. He's no longer a Tiffany loyalist. So she's all by herself now. Okay, well, she's still got him Keith Price hanging in, which I don't understand. That Keith Price, what the hell's going on, man? It's got to be evident to you at this point that this ship is going nowhere but to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Maybe the guy is just going to say, hey, I'm loyal. Okay, well, the Thornton Township Board fired 2 township employees after a brawl that broke out at the Thornton Township meeting. We all remember that. We all saw that one of the workers the trustees fired was Kamal Woods, the boyfriend of Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. Woods ran the youth anti-violence programs, hell of a role model. Right, all so far was William Moore, another Tiffany Henyard ally. Now Tiffany has constructed this whole debacle. This is all her doing, right, because she suffers from an ailment that a lot of people suffer from. It's an inability to think about the future, to consider how things will look down the road. No, what was more important to her was grandstanding, having a loud fat mouth all the time, wearing the latest fashions, riding around with a police escort, as if she was, the President of the United States of America. Tiffany, you didn't need that police escort. You just keep your mouth shut and respect other adults, and no one would have thrown smoke your way ever. Also, you didn't help yourself. Jumping up from a table and running into a fight, we all saw that. So, Tiffany, you're about to lose. When we combine your boyfriend's salary, you're about to lose almost $500,000 worth of income. You're going from almost $500,000 worth of income to zero. And we all know that Tiffany Henyard, somebody once said in one of the comments on an earlier Tiffany Henyard video, oh, she's got money stocked in Swiss bank account. I said, man, do you understand? Tiffany H doesn't even Know where the hell the Swiss are, okay? She doesn't. She thinks of the cheese. When you say Swiss, Tiffany actually thinks that a trip to Las Vegas, going from Chicago to Las Vegas. She thinks that's, hostel world traveling. All right, she doesn't know where Switzerland is. No damn thing about Chui's bank account. So my point is we can believe that she hasn't done anything to secure her financial future with the money she was making. Even if she was going to be voted out, she had an opportunity to put away and I'm being, even if she wanted to play around with her money after taxes, after expenses, she could have put away at least 50 grand a year, okay, and been able to fall back on something. But she's stupid. And we know she didn't do that. She's a hood booger. She is a rat bastard, okay? A chicken head was running to town for this whole time. And look where it bought them. The last video we did on her, what? The employees of the town don't have insurance anymore. Now, somebody brought up a good point in the comments. Employees are paying into that, right? You got to pay a little bit into that to get that insurance. It's term insurance, it's group term. So it's very, very affordable. But still you put in your $5. Everywhere's the money going? Because it's not being paid to the company. This is what you all up in Dolton. This is what you invited into your community. So on February 25th, you might want to think about doing something different. There are other options out there.